my garage is a mess, but there's a lot of crap in there. A lot of straight up junk in there.
Well, I want to see your junk.
Cool, definitely.
Wait. Let me rephrase that. I'd like to see some of your cars.
Yes. Let's not get demonetized right now.
Yes. Lost my glasses on the mummy ride at Universal. And we stayed till 3 in the morning trying to get them back. So the infamous Videobob glasses are gone forever. The curse of the mummy has taken them. So I had to come to the mall here in Orlando to the lens crafters because, I wear prescription glasses. So I got these are my Ferrari edition. So they're red and black with carbon fiber. How douchey. So now I've got new glasses. We're on our way now to go visit YouTube royalty. We're gonna go meet Tavarish, who lives here in Florida. Check out some of his Lamborghinis and see what he's up to. I want to show you something really cool.
Okay.
Because I know you like DeLoreans.
Yeah.
Now there's the front of it.
Oh wow.
But you gotta see the back. I think the back is more, impressive.
Is this the business end?
This is the business end. The badonkadonk.
I don't know if you have the shoes for it.
Dude.
Oh wow.
Makes all the sound effects.
So,
of course, this is the Mr. Fusion version.
So this is staying here, right? We're not this is just you're just
Well-
gonna leave it here and I'm gonna have it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it here.
Yeah.
I could actually for about a week because the place I'm delivering it, we can't talk about where I'm delivering it yet. The place I'm taking it isn't gonna be ready for like a week. So
I mean, you could leave it here for a week. I have no problem with that.
I could probably do that. What do you think?
So this does not look very easy to get in and out of.
No, it's not unlike a Lamborghini or anything. Actually, there's a lot of, you hop in there, jump in there, here. I'm like 6'2", so you're as tall as me or more. There you go.
So I have driven a DeLorean before.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it a stick or an auto?
Auto.
So this one's all mocked up because
This one's an auto, correct?
well, it has no engine, no transmission, it has no drivetrain. Matter of fact, that's not even actually a stick shift. It's just literally
it just looks like
it's just a pole thing. Yeah. Because this is going to be a museum piece, so it's not going to be driven ever.
This is amazing.
It's got a vintage Goodyear Eagle on the back, so I wouldn't even drive on those tires anyway. But it's just made to look like this, make these sound effects.
This is really cool. I mean, this is like the coolest thing ever. So how much can we if we can make this drivable?
Well, this one has no engine.
Mm-hmm. Well, we can get an engine.
Oh, you probably have an engine. We could put a Bentley V12 in it, or
we could put like a 911 turbo engine in here or something. Yeah.
Well, the Part 3 car that was chased by the Indians, that
Has a
car
Volkswagen.
Yeah, that was a Volkswagen. So they've done that. And one of my customers has one of my time machines put an LS3 in there.
Okay.
So but it caught on fire and burned to the ground. So.
Okay, that's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe electric. Do like a Tesla kind of thing. Or...
I mean, that would kind of fit the theme.
That would fit it. What would Doc Brown do? That is the question.
Wow.
2019, Doc Brown's working on his time machine. Now, what would you guys put in there? You put some kind of a...
we were talking about plane engines the other day.
Mm-hmm. Like a turbine, like a gas turbine.
Yeah.
Now, I know people that put Wankels in them. I've seen that done as well. Put in a rotary.
Put one of those in there.
Yeah, that's... Dude,
And he's skating in like Marty McFly. Look at that.
This is awesome.
You can actually fit in these things pretty well because I'm a big guy. I'm like not small. And
I'm guessing if I had to shift it, it would...
Well, you got to remember, like, the entire plot line of the movie was every time he shifted, he would accidentally turn on the time circuit. So that thing is purposefully put there
Gotcha.
script-wise so that every time you shift, you elbow that thing. So I actually tell people as a time machine, the auto is the better one. But as a DeLorean, a stick is better.
So how much time does it, pardon the pun, does it take to make one of these?
It's a hard question to answer because the first one took like years, and then now we can build them in about a month.
A month?
Yeah.
Wow.
One of the things that's different about this car from our regular replicas is all the parts you're seeing on this car are the actual real original metal military aircraft parts that were used on the real car.
Yeah.
Right.
So I see, you use a lot of AN lines and aircraft ducting.
And that's stuff we normally use, but like a lot of the things that are on the car are things that we would normally replicate out of resin or fiberglass, plastic, something like that. We would make molds of.
Right.
Because they're just not available. This car, because it's going in a particularly public place for a high-profile client, we put all the real metal stuff on it. So, and that stuff's really hard to get. So over the 15 years that I've been doing this, every time I would find that thing, I would put it up on a shelf and say, don't touch it. So it's literally has artifacts on it. Most of the military stuff on here is from the 50s. Like you look at the contactors on the dash, they're stamped like 1959, stuff like that.
So I mean, are they new old stock stuff?
Yeah, a lot of it, yeah.
Okay.
Like in the flux capacitor in there, those are the actual glass tubes. They're vacuum tubes out of from the 40s.
I noticed they're like almost amp tubes in there.
Yeah. Whereas our replica flux capacitor would have like a clear resin casted plastic, which looks the same. It's the same part, just made out of plastic. Those are made of glass. Those are like literally from World War II.
So this would be the Back to the Future 2 one, because Mr. Fusion's on there.
Well, arguably, Mr. Fusion appeared at the end of part 1.
At the end of part 1, correct. Yeah.
But I call it the Back to the Future 2 car because that's what people come to expect.
Right.
There was some things in Back to the Future 2. You got to remember Back to the Future 2 was done several years after the first one.
Right, because they didn't know whether they were going to make another one
or
something like that.
Like in part 3, the vents are painted all like black, So
yeah.
All the neighbors are coming out. Everybody wants to see this.
Hey, I brought a time machine.
It would be cool to put some kind of a custom motor in one of these, but a lot of people have done that over the years.
What did you do now?
I didn't do anything. I just attract these kind of people.
This is what happens.
So what kind of engine did they dub over in the movie? Because
They
it sounded
used
like
a
whiny-
Porsche
Okay.
motor, I was told, from the sound department. The original engine is it's called the PRV, the Peugeot Renault Volvo, based on a Volvo B28, which was like a boat motor. High torque motor, not a lot of horsepower. We're talking like 130 horsepower.
Yeah. It wasn't a very good engine, but I know they dubbed over a V8 and then they put like a mechanical whine.
Yeah.
So it sounded like almost like a reverse gear, like a straight cut gear.
Well, aside from audio effects, the video effects, something I argue about with people all the time is they use actual white neon on the bands.
Yeah.
But Industrial Light and Magic added all this like blue lightning. So like a lot of times when you watch or you see other people who do these replicas, they'll put blue lights on them, which appear purple from LED.
Yeah.
So I always put white on mine, and so some people will argue, should you make it look like it did after the special effects, or as it did in real life?
Yeah.
And I built several cars with the actual neon on them, but it breaks. It's glass. You can't put glass on a car and expect it not to break.
Well, you know what's going to happen, right? We have to build one of these things now.
Oh, well.
Like, I have to get a DeLorean.
This is my 30th build, my 30th time machine.
Well, the 31st is going to be mine. So.
31st has already got somebody, but maybe
okay,
you'll
32nd is going to be mine.
32nd or 33.
All right, 34.
Okay, we'll fit you in there.
We'll keep going, man.
One of my customers, there was a lot of people. Did you guys ever see the episode of Pawn Stars? I went on there trying to sell Time Machine. That car actually got sold to a guy named Martin Sanchez in California who owns a screen-used Christine car.
Okay.
He wanted to trade me a Lamborghini Countach for the Time Machine, a white one with a blue interior back then, and I turned him down. How much do I regret that now?
Well, the jury's still out on which one gets more broken necks,
Yeah, but those have skyrocketed.
Oh yeah. Believe me, I know. Yeah.
Not but a few years ago, you could buy DeLoreans all day long for 15 grand, 20 grand. Now they're like 50.
Yeah.
They have doubled, tripled in value. So by the time I get through with my conversion and doing a DeLorean and restoring it and delivering it, you're into this thing for 100 grand. But considering an Escalade's over 100 grand now.
You take this to any car show. I mean, it's just going to be
and
the most insane thing.
And you and I both have some really cool cars, and I have some cool cars. But I tell you what, I'll take the Pepsi challenge with this thing. I'll park it next to your Veyron or your Pagani or whatever, and well, at least anybody over 30 is going to be more interested in this.
Oh yeah.
Little kids maybe not so much, but
no, but even little kids. I mean, it's a very iconic movie, and parents watch it with their kids, and they know what it is, and it just looks cool even if you don't know what it is.
Well, probably number one question people ask me when I tell them I build movie cars is they say, "Do you build this car or that car, or why don't you build this car or that car?" And I'm like, because nobody calls and asks for that car. This is what people call for.
Okay.
They go, "I want the most iconic movie car," and there's only a couple of those. There's the Batmobile, which I don't do. There's too many copyright issues.
Right.
I do this, and I do the Ghostbuster car. I just did one. Sony wanted to buy the one I had for Ghostbusters 3, but I wouldn't sell it to them.
Okay.
Because I'm going to keep it. Because when that movie comes out in July, I'm going to be the king of the hill with that thing. So we're building a 59 millimeter Cadillac hearse Ghostbuster car.
Those are so expensive now.
And that I'm putting an iron block LS1 in there.
Mm-hmm.
Not really for the power, but for the reliability. And that's
Right.
what they did for the movie cars.
Right.
So, you know, it's the one that we have has a Cadillac 390. It gets about a yard a gallon.
Yeah. Good.
But these are actually pretty good on gas when you got them running good. You can get like 20 miles a gallon or better, you know. I'd
So-
say good, but, you know.
So there's nothing in the back as far as like an engine. If you put an engine in there, would it like? Is there?
This particular car will never drive again because the guy I got it from, actually in Florida, here in northern Florida, the dude had hacked up the entire frame, removed the entire wiring harness, and had crowbarred in a 70s front-wheel drive Cadillac V8 back there.
Right.
The water pump was in your elbow. He had cut out the whole bulkhead. But he died before he finished the project.
Okay.
His brother inherited the car. It sat in his backyard for years. Another guy found it, bought it, put it on eBay. I bought it.
Got it.
Long story short. Anyway,
So it's a perfect car for you. If you're just
the
putting-
frame that you look up under there, there's all kinds of like angular. This guy went crazy back there.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you look under there, they're like, what is all this, you know, channel that's been welded in
Because I
there?
know the subframe, it's actually like a Y back there.
Yeah.
And it's
double like wishbone.
It's really weird if you want to put another engine, you have to basically re-engineer everything unless you have an oil pan that will fit that Y.
Yeah, I know a guy that put a V8 in the back and a front-wheel drive Prelude engine in the front and had
Oh, that's-
two engines.
That's awesome.
I mean, people have done nutball stuff, and I think I'm almost throwing down the gauntlet. I think if anybody's going to do something crazy, it's got to be a Tavarish build.
I think so.
So
I mean-
I think I need to build the time machine, and you need to build the car, and we need to bump into each other like the old commercial with the guy eating the Hershey bar and the other guy eating the jar of
You got your
peanut
peanut butter, my chocolate.
And they go,
You got your chocolate, my peanut butter.
and then we'll get Doug to review it
Oh yeah.
and see
yeah,
how many
yeah.
stars he gives it.
Yeah, definitely. No, this would
And
be,
then
this
when
would
it
be really cool.
fails, we'll sell it to Hoovy.
Sure. No, I'll keep it. I'll keep it. Listen. My garage is a mess, but there's a lot of crap in there. A lot of straight up junk in there.
Well, I want to see your junk.
Cool, definitely.
Wait. Let me rephrase that. I'd like to see some of your cars.
Yes. Let's not get demonetized right now.
Yes. All right. So many of us, probably millions of us, have seen the inside of your shop.
Yeah. They don't know how completely dirty
Well,
it is.
for guys
but-
that don't work on cars don't know what's going on, but I know what's going on.
This
First of
is-
all,
this
the
is-
floor
this
is fantastic.
Well, this is me working until 2 or 3 in the morning for the last week, and it's like
This is
SEMA
what I
crunch
do.
is real.
So, yeah, this is what I do. So I understand I wish my shop was this clean.
Definitely not.
Now, we all watched you build this,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of launched your channel.
Yes.
Really. Because I've had my channel since 2007, but really until I started, the Rolls Royce got me the most amount of views. I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
which is weird because I built DeLorean time machines, Night Riders, and Ghostbusters, and people are impressed with this 15-year-old Rolls Royce.
It's weird how YouTube works sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. But this over here, now, your Fast and Furious Lamborghini, I don't think it comes across on video how traffic cone orange this thing is.
It's more
Because
of
that's like
Yeah.
rigid orange. It is fluorescent orange.
It's a neon. It's a very neonish color. It depends on the light. Sometimes it comes across a little bit more red on camera. Sometimes, like right now, it's just dirty. I've had like my greasy mitts all over it.
And you
But,
can see that very subtle metal flake kind of
Yeah.
You know,
It's a pearl.
a pearl, a glitter.
Yeah. So
And yeah, the seats.
yeah, the interior has completely been redone, and it's been a labor of love and a lot of effort.
The steering wheel.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
forged
that-
carbon did the same in the center console, and I did basically everything I could do. I did. So this car was the hero car from Fast 8. They said that they used 3 cars on that shoot, but I only account for 2 and a kit car.
Yeah,
So-
the ice car.
Yeah.
You're gonna. People think I'm lying when I say this. I've never seen a single Fast and Furious movie.
Well,
I've never watched any of them.
you definitely shouldn't watch the 8th one because it's not.
And people get mad at me because they're like, you know, they and it's because I've never been into like tuners or racers or whatever they call them. You know? And I know there's a lot of cool muscle cars, but it seemed to me when I first saw the trailers of the movie that it was all like kind of hip hop culture based, which I've always been like a heavy metal guy, you know.
Yeah,
and
well,
I'm into
me
muscle
too.
cars and
Yeah.
stuff. And
It became a little hokey for me. After the fifth one, you just realize that these are just international terrorists, and like if you just kind of think about the moral implications of the movie, it's like it really doesn't make any sense.
the only thing I know about the movie is from the ride at Universal. You ever taken the ride?
No, thankfully.
They have a bus ride thing. It's
Yeah,
really cool ride.
I've
But
heard,
that's the only
I've heard
thing
otherwise.
I don't know anything about the movie. I don't know anything about Vin Diesel or The Rock or any of the people in the movie. And
so let me
people think I'm making that up, but I'm really not.
So in this movie, this car was Tyrese's. His character name is Roman Pierce.
Yeah.
And he's always the loud, obnoxious one. He always has like a really like very outward taste. So he gets this car when they go to this place called the Toy Shop that was actually shot in Atlanta. And it's this place where they have all these cars they could choose from whatever they want. And he chooses this one because he goes, oh, I'm in love. And then there's a back and forth between him and like some FBI agent saying, no, that's $1 million show car. You can't have that. Yeah. And then they end up bringing this to, in the movie, it's supposed to be Russia, but in real life it was in Iceland. So they shot this on an ice lake for quite a bit, for about 3 months. And in that sequence,
I've seen the scenes that you put in your videos.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched the movie.
So the whole, it's like a comic relief thing where everybody has custom built cars for the ice, but he goes out there with like a stock Lamborghini that's orange, and he's like, "Why is everybody shooting at me?" He's like, "I don't know, because you have an orange Lamborghini." So that was a whole thing, and then at the end, I think some missile shoots the ice, and then the car goes into the ice.
Okay.
And then Tyrese has to hold on to the door because Ludacris harpooned the door, and he's like, it's really.
I'm going to have to watch it.
Don't watch it.
With the sound off. I'll have Judas Priest playing in the background, but I'll watch the video.
Sure. Listen, it's really like, just turn your brain off and then watch it. Then you'll have a good time.
Well, because I want to see this car. Now, is this deck lid the original Lamborghini?
Yes. So that's original Lamborghini. And
So we were just talking about how the DeLorean is just a glorified kit car.
Yeah. So this is just carbon.
And I'm looking at this thing, and it's like, this looks like something we would have built at our shop out of fiberglass.
I'm
not picking on it, but I'm just saying
no,
that
you'd be surprised. Actually, you wouldn't be surprised.
it's not as production as I expected.
No. So this car is.
Zoom in on it, like it's kind of.
I got a master class in what Lamborghini was, because
Yeah.
when I put that together, when I put my Gallardo together, it was more of a that's a production line, like an assembly, like everything had.
I think the Gallardo is like the Honda Accord of Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Is what
So
they say,
it's
or
built by
whatever.
robots, right?
Yeah.
This, I looked it up. They had to push it to the next stage
Yeah.
of development. Like each person, like they're literally pushing the car. There are self-tappers that that Lamborghini put in. There's shims absolutely
Seriously.
everywhere. So everything in this car.
The
when they
door, is
say-
the door kind of rickety, or is it nice and firm? I mean,
the door's fine. Yeah,
like
I mean-
DeLorean doors are really, you know,
Yeah, no, it's on there pretty good.
like a DeLorean door. Like sometimes it'll close. You can adjust it and adjust it and adjust it, and then you go over the wrong bump and you got to adjust it again. You know.
Well,
It's
the
like-
thing is, these aren't light cars. They're very heavy. Like
Yeah.
it's like an old watch. Very, very heavy.
So how much does it weigh?
Almost 4,000 pounds,
Okay.
or maybe more than 4,000 pounds.
DeLorean's under 3,000. It's like 28.7.
Yeah, so that's why. I mean,
70 pounds.
And this is carbon fiber. Everything's carbon fiber except the doors and the roof. So it's carbon fiber, but it still weighs 4,000
So are they
pounds.
aluminum or steel?
These are steel.
Okay.
So the rest of the car, it's aluminum, aluminum frame section, some steel frame section. The engine, obviously, I took out the front differential, all that stuff. So this is a rear-wheel drive car.
The real question is, are you going to keep it?
I might, depending on if some drunk rich idiot at Barrett Jackson wants to make.
Everything's, you know, people. I'm not attached to anything, you know.
I'm not attached to anything either. I mean, like there's a price tag on everything.
Yeah.
But it's just there's
Make
so
your
much.
indecent proposal.
Yeah. But this car, I mean, it's the only
But I
surviving car.
just look at some of this stuff and I go, wow, this looks like something we built.
Yep. So, and this is straight Lamborghini. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
this is like primer from the body
No,
shop.
I'm not talking about the colors. I'm just I'm looking at the way this this is woven matte that's been hand laid and then hand smoothed in. You could tell that the way that's been.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not bad. It's great.
No,
work.
this is
But
the
it
way.
doesn't
It's
look-
very old school.
It doesn't look production the way a regular production thing would be made. You know?
when you're when you're expecting Lamborghini, you expect something like this.
Yeah.
You know, this this carbon fiber, this very polished.
Yeah.
For it to be everywhere, but it's just not. So with this car, it's, you know, I had to make a lot of parts. There's actually a part in here that it's, I don't know, you probably can't see it, but inside there's a little duct, right? It's a vent that goes in here, and then it goes underneath, and it goes into the alternator. So that duct cost $1,200.
Does he some dryer hose?
Yeah. So what I use is I used not dryer hose, but I used aircraft ducting, and for
It's called SCART tubing.
SCART tubing.
We use the like 1 1/4 all through the time machine, so you
I
probably
have-
recognize some of it.
Yeah,
on the time machine.
Yeah, definitely I do. It's somewhere. I have,
But I know the exact stuff here because I buy it. But it comes in 10-foot links,
Yeah. So I bought that, and it was perfect because it would have saved me
and
a lot of money.
it's heat resistant, lightweight, and
Yeah.
it's fiberglass reinforced, so it's perfect for that.
But the vent itself, since I didn't have the vent, what I did is I just adapted something for my wet dry vac. So
I know the part you're talking about.
it's it's just a regular thing.
That's
And
what
it-
I like about. That's why I think you have the followers you have, because you know, there's a lot of reviewers out there, and they serve their purpose. But I think you and I might be in a different category as builders and as rebuilders or as restorers. So, whereas I think people want to see how all this stuff works.
Yeah.
You know, and
Or sometimes how it doesn't work.
or how it doesn't work, or
Yeah.
or what. And I think people live vicariously through us because this is their dream. And what I try to tell people is, I go, it's your dreams aren't as far away as you think.
Oh no, definitely not. I mean,
like
I
it
bought
seems like
this-
yesterday
yeah.
I was working at a gas station. I worked at Jack in the Box.
Oh yeah.
I was making $4 an hour, but 20 years later, I'm doing all these great things, and
Of course.
it's like, you know,
Listen,
I have achieved way more stuff.
20
I never
years
thought
later,
I'd
you're an
be-
overnight success, right?
Yeah, 20 years. Yeah, exactly. But what people don't see is this. They don't see all of that.
No, this is
the
the
hours of
reality,
that.
and then you like
They-
sweating your butt off.
They also
and-
don't hear the sound of my knees cracking. You know? Like I literally have this knee swollen. It's been swollen all week, just because I was on my knees all last week on that car.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, they don't hear the way your elbows pop.
Of course,
When you have, so that's Make sure you have good health insurance, kids,
Yes, definitely.
when you want to get into this game.
So right now, what I'm doing is I just put together the wheels. There's 3-piece wheels. So I had to torque all the bolts.
This Audi's sweet.
Oh yeah, this is actually the last manual Audi R8 ever made. So it's my friend's car.
I'm digging the mat too. It's cool.
Yeah. So it has 143,000 miles on
All right,
it.
there's something missing from your shop. Okay. Now I don't think you own this building. You're renting it.
I am leasing it. Yes.
Yeah, you're leasing it.
Yeah.
So there's one thing that you need to do.
Is it air conditioning?
You've got the flooring. Okay.
Is it air conditioning?
An air conditioner. I just put in a 5-ton train unit.
Yeah.
And it's 72 degrees in my shop.
So that's what I want, but I'm not going to put that kind of money into a place I'm
Building you don't own. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
but you know what? It's worth it.
Yeah.
I bought my building, but it's worth it.
So I talked to my landlord yesterday, and I said, "Will you sell me this building?" And he was like, "I don't know." So I'm going to work on him for
Yeah,
the next
yeah.
year or something like that, because AC is 100%. But I just turned off the fans. I usually have the
No, I
fans
know,
running all
yeah.
the time,
But
just for the.
it's 100% humidity here.
Oh, it's like 150% humidity.
Yeah.
It's like 1,000%
so
humidity.
I need a snorkel here.
Oh yeah. You
I want to
definitely
move to
do.
Vegas where it's 5% humidity.
Yeah.
I see you're filming this wheel.
Yes.
Now, what do you do? Let's get some behind the scenes of the Tavarish. No, there's some of the SCART tubing right there.
Yep.
So that's the exact stuff we use in the time machine, only at 1 inch,
Yep.
1
So
1/4
this
inch.
is the stock Lamborghini stuff.
Did you get it from like Wix?
No, I actually got it from a local aircraft supply,
Okay.
where they dismantle all these things.
Yeah. There's lots of places. So so these are your wheels.
Yeah, so those are the wheels,
What are you doing
and
to the back of these?
they're 40 bolts, and you have to put them on in specific sequence and specific torque. So I torqued everything.
Now, what did you think about? Did you watch the Goon Squad video of how they did their? Did you see that video?
Well, they do a lot of cars. Which car are you
Of
talking
their
about?
Lamborghini that they did.
Oh yeah, the Huracan.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very very good.
I was blown away by how those two guys do the work that they do.
They have so much energy, and they have a really good vibe about
Yeah,
them.
because they're
and
like 18 or something.
Yeah.
They're
Listen,
17.
that's energy that I just can't replicate.
I'm 45.
Plus, there's two of them.
Yeah.
So it's like.
And I can't tell the difference between the two of them either.
No, one thing that.
Dude, legit.
Yeah. Well, they know their audience and people love them. So,
I'm an old guy. I don't understand.
The
young
thing,
people anymore.
listen, that's past me too. But the thing is about these builds, I kind of want to differentiate myself from them a bit, just because their builds are more. We took this crash car and we're restoring it to like stock or.
This isn't quite a crash car. It was just an abused car.
No, this is different because this is now like I could have just put on stock bumpers. I could have painted it a less loud color.
yeah.
But I wanted this is a movie car, so I wanted the history of the movie car.
Well, that's kind of why I'm here, and I think that's our connection is movie cars and luxury cars. That's our gig, you know.
Do you want to see some of the movie stuff that I have?
Oh
with this?
yes, come on. Let's see the movie stuff.
So this car originally came with a roll cage. That's actually part of it right here. I had to.
Well, I remember you cutting it out. I've watched every video on this car, so I've been paying attention.
So this is the roll cage, and it's actually not a badly built roll cage,
Mm-hmm.
but right here is where everything kind of goes south because they had to remove the rear window, and they had to cut out part of the frame of the window. So I had to weld that back in, put the rear window in, and this was allegedly so Tyrese could drive the car because the actors actually did some driving, even though they're not allowed to drive and act at the same time. So
I don't think they can.
I think it's like there's a law against it or something.
Oh well, yeah.
Because that's what like all the cars that you see, like Baby Driver and whatever. Those are all MIC rig cars. Like they're either on a flatbed or there's somebody remotely driving.
They did that with Back to the Future. So the A car had these little tow hooks on the front of it, so they could be towed and they could get a through the windshield shot of Doc or Michael. But then like the car that was on the railroad tracks. What you actually don't realize is the car was going backwards. The train was towing the car.
Right.
Because while Michael was in it, because they didn't want to take the chance of the train accidentally pushing the car off the tracks and running it over and killing him. So they had brackets on the back of the car and it towed the car backwards. And then they reversed the film.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So if you look carefully, you'll see like the smoke going in the other direction.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So if we go over here, I'll show you the.
So I know what you're talking about, is what I'm saying.
There's a lot of movie magic going on. So during the filming, since they filmed in the ice, they kept on breaking bumpers.
Yes, I
so
remember this.
They had to make fiberglass bumpers. So this is one of the fiberglass bumpers that they made.
The dry shot on this is
no, like, this is that's not a problem. What's a problem is like this thing weighs like 1,000,000 pounds. And
I know, but you could tell that they just rattle canned it or something.
Oh yeah. So the entire car was painted basically in a parking lot.
Yeah.
And it was originally, I'll show you this. This is the original wrap for the car.
Was this leftover or you peeled it off?
No. I bought this from the company that I got this from.
I see.
So this was, they found a bunch of stuff. They're like, hey, do you want it? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, hey, give me money. Like,
yeah. Well, this is inventory.
It's like, listen, I'm the only one that you're going to sell this to.
Yeah.
So originally, this was, the car was supposed to be white with an Arctic camo wrap.
Yeah.
And when they got it out into the ice, they were filming it and they couldn't see it.
They're like, yeah, it's white on ice.
Yeah, it's white on white. So they're like, okay, now
that's me.
Now we have to paint it. Now we have to paint it orange. So they painted it orange, basically in a parking lot in Iceland, and it definitely looks like it.
Like they just went into Home Depot and bought some traffic cone paint and painted.
Oh yeah. So
safety orange.
So that's that. These were the original vents. When they put these on, these went like this. But if you notice, they're not really vents. They're not venting anything here.
This has been cast out of a material that's called 300. So this is probably smooth on 300. I recognize it. This is just a cast resin. And I was looking at it going, dude, I could cast that.
Yep.
That's smooth on 300.
Yep. So, I mean, they made a bunch of these. I have the rear bumper somewhere over there. It's
Well, that's what you got. For movies, it's like, that's the thing about the Back to the Future car. Like, people don't realize what a piece of crap it was because, like, it's just got to work for, like, a minute,
Yeah. And after the movie, they actually had this in a show called SWAT. And they had it in SWAT, but they also had it in a show called LA's Finest or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So in that show, I think in the first episode of that season, they had a guy fall on the car.
Great.
Like he was like pushed out of a window or something, and he fell on the car like a stunt thing.
That was the extra hoods you had, right?
Yeah, so that was an extra hood, and also they put these in place of the headlights. So these would like fly out because those headlights are really expensive.
And these are probably the what are these? These are
It's just Lexan, I think.
no, these are cast.
Okay.
These are made out of some stuff called crystal clear with a tint in them. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because
these.
if they were Lexan, they wouldn't be that heavy, and they wouldn't have those bubbles in them.
Okay, cool.
So they cast those to get the curve.
Yeah. That makes sense. So
I use that material. Yeah.
So they had that, and the windshield was replaced not very well. So I had to take out the windshield, replace everything there, all the urethane, and put that back. But they had to have. I have a hood at home, a spare hood, and what they did was they
like
asked,
hanging on the wall.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So what they did was they asked the movie studio to put a dent in the hood. They're like, yeah, just like dent it.
Yeah, go over
Hood's
there.
carbon fiber though.
Oh, take a ball peen hammer and go put a dent in
Yeah,
it.
but you're not
It's not
putting a
gonna
dent
work.
in carbon
It's gonna
fiber.
chip it.
So what they did is CG. So they put a CG dent in it. So you see a dent in a Lambo hood. It's like, wait a minute, so, something ain't right there. But
The way they abuse this stuff is dumb.
yeah, so this is like most of the movie stuff. I have doubles and triples of a lot of this, like carbon fiber stuff. This is from the second car. Like they basically just gave me everything that they
That's
had.
wicked awesome though to have extra parts.
Yeah, so but it's like you have doubles and triples of stuff, but then you have like there's a lot missing. So I had to make up all the stuff that they were missing. So it's just little stuff like the rubber trim. Like this, I have Lambo quarter trim. I don't know why I would have that, but just a lot of little things like that. Thankfully, now I have all the body panels actually on the car.
Yeah.
And all I have to do is put the wheels and brakes and
When's it got to leave?
Tuesday. So yeah, so it's really not that like everything's pretty much situated. All I have to do
Now,
is
where are
the
you going
wheels
to be?
and-
You're not going to go to SEMA.
I am going to SEMA.
Oh, you are going.
Oh yeah.
You said you weren't going.
I said I wasn't going, but then I changed my mind.
Oh,
So yeah.
is that okay? Okay.
Oh yeah. No,
You're gonna make you making an appearance with anybody? Or you're just going.
I'm just gonna. Well, it's gonna be at the ride company booth.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be there with them, but I'm
Are
just
you
gonna be.
set? Are
walking
you
around.
set up as a celebrity? You're gonna be doing photos and stuff.
I'm
you
not.
should be.
I am not a celebrity.
You
sir.
are a celebrity, sir.
I am not a celebrity.
You are. You are in the Mount Rushmore of YouTubers.
Listen,
You.
I don't know what
Herbie,
people have told
Doug
you.
DeMuro.
but that is not.
This is the comments in my section. See this in the comments all the time. They say, Bob, you, Freddie, Hoovie, Doug, Ed, that's the Mount Rushmore of car guys. And I'm like, first of all, I am nowhere near those dudes yet. But that's what people say because of as far as personalities go.
Okay.
So you're almost to 1 million subscribers.
Yes.
So that right there, my friend, I'm telling you, you are going to be. This is going to be your first SEMA after a year of doing that car and that car.
Right.
Now, I go to SEMA and I get recognized a lot because I did Pawn Stars and I had a television show and I do YouTube.
Right. Yeah.
But you are in for a surprise, my friend.
Well, that's good because I'm
You are-
definitely not an extrovert.
You
so-
are take some Sharpies with you. You're going to be taking pictures. You're going to be signing autographs.
Okay. Great.
It's going to happen. You know what? You know what? I should just go with you. I should go with you, and I will
You
be
wanna
your
just walk around.
I'll be your
SEMA?
bodyguard.
You don't need to be our bodyguard. We could just go there as car guys.
I'm thinking about going if I can pull it off. So
Yeah,
I go
that-
every year,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
and we should go.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
All right, I love the Bentley.
Yeah.
Can I have the Bentley?
Yes.
I thought you were saying earlier you were going to sell it to somebody.
Okay. No.
Okay. No, people have been saying to me that I should take that off your hands because Hoovie, dumped it on you, and then what other sucker should have it but me? That's
I think the circle should be complete, right?
the circle should. Yeah. No, I love working on luxury cars like that thing, and you've done so much to this thing. I know you changed out the motor and the transmission and everything on the lower end of it.
Yeah, and we're gonna put on a Fab Speed exhaust. It's gonna have new brakes, new tires. Just everything on that car that needed to be done was done, and it's gonna be a really good rolling, driving, running example.
How ironic that a Russian guy de-Russianed it.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it got a lot of Russia in it. Too much, I think.
Yeah, well, you had Russian soil in it, I think.
I think there's still some in there. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard to get out. I think
No,
it's pretty corrosive.
You got an impressive collection of stuff in here. Your Lamborghinis, you got the underground Range Rover, and
well, actually, this is not the underground.
oh, that's not the underground Range Rover. That's a different one.
This is a different one. Yeah, this is my parts rack right now.
The part, yeah. Where is the buried Range Rover at? Where did it go?
That is, we shot it up in a Demolition Ranch video with Matt Carricker, and
So you
that
didn't post
is-
that yet, or no?
Yeah, that was we posted that a while
I
ago.
didn't see it.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's fun. But that is probably in a junkyard somewhere.
Really?
Yeah,
All right,
with
I
the-
missed that one.
Yeah.
I got to go back and find it. You were just showing me this Lexus. Now, what is special about this Lexus?
Well, what's interesting is that this door opens up like this, but this door opens up. Oh, wait. Like that. What?
They Rolls Royced, they suicided a Lexus.
Yep. So,
Except it doesn't have all the leg room.
not really.
I
no.
kind of dig the diamond stitching, but I mean, it's got the carbon fiber all of it. Who owned this car?
I don't know.
This is.
But this is not very well done. This is.
But how do you put privacy curtains on the driver's window?
Well, it's just so the driver has as much privacy as possible.
I mean, like, you kind of need to see out the window.
Dude, listen. You don't need to. This is fine. This is okay. It's fine. Just leave.
Like,
it's
you
fine.
know, yeah. Well, I guess you could see. Yeah. I mean, you know, you're really trying to be anonymous with that.
Very important.
But this car had a cool motor in it or something, is why you wanted it, right?
Yeah, it has a 2JZ with a single turbo. Should make a decent amount of power, but it's all old school stuff, and it's gonna have to be run
Put it in a
through.
DeLorean.
Oh yeah. So
When are you gonna work on this burned up Ferrari over here? What's up with that?
at some point, so there's 1.5 Ferraris back there.
Yeah, I mean, you've been teasing.
Yeah.
You've been teasing this car for a while now.
I think as soon as I get done with my other projects, then we'll get onto this one. It's just one of those things where
Dude, just piles of parts. This is like literally like my shop. You have to step gingerly.
Just be very careful as where you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have the million mile Lexus here. This is Matt Farah's million mile Lexus.
Oh wow.
And Lexus actually did 1 million miles and works
Wow.
works fine. Has a little bit of an oil leak, as you can see, as I'm discovering. So might need to fix that, but other than that, I think this is gonna be like gonna restore this and maybe give it to a museum.
What
see
do
if
I
Peterson
gotta
wants it or
do?
something.
What do I got to do to convince you to give me a piece of the screen used car off of the Fate and Furious? Just a tiny piece of souvenir.
We can probably work that out. I'll see what piece I don't need.
Yeah,
And I'll
there's
just,
got to
like-
be a broken ass piece of that, and I want to. I'm gonna put it on the wall of my shop and hang it up. And when people come by, I'm gonna say, "This is a piece of the." No, what is that piece?
This is the e-brake cover. This is one.
That's like a Lamborghini part.
It is a Lamborghini part.
Oh, okay.
You want it?
Well, yeah, I would take that. That's
Yeah.
cool. I was thinking about one of the replica, like one of the things that the movie makers made.
Oh, okay.
That is like a resin part, or something that's really crappy.
It's just,
See, like that's an actual Lamborghini part. Like some Lamborghini guy would be like, "Oh, like I need that for my car." I'm talking about something that has absolutely no value to anyone. There's
I'm not sure what we could do.
I'm over here panhandling,
No. I'm thinking. I think something would be
like one of the busted up vents or something. I don't know. There was something we were looking at. I don't know. We'll look at something.
let's go over there.
Let's look at there. I want to make a YouTuber wall of parts. These are some interesting. Did you just need some carpet?
Yeah. So the interior guys, they took the pads out and they put them in my new carpets. So yeah.
I love it. Let's see.
Let's see.
Nothing significant.
Could get. I mean,
Nothing eBay valuable. Just
So
something
I
you
mean,
would throw away.
like, I have these like little filter holders.
Is that something like they made, or is that a real part?
Let me see, because the stuff that they made is like this.
Oh, yeah.
That they made that.
Yeah,
oh,
those kind of
you know what?
things.
Here you go. It's perfect. So this is the cover that they put on the center console when they were filming.
Perfect.
Because they didn't have a center console.
So they just threw that on there.
Yeah, they just threw this on there.
All right.
It's just a piece of leather.
That's perfect.
Yeah, this is just
Yeah, that's
completely
total
worthless.
trash.
I don't think anybody would want
Yeah,
this.
we're gonna get you to sign it, and I'm gonna hang it on the wall.
Sure, yeah, I can do that. I got a Sharpie. This is really dirty.
I'm gonna make the YouTube wall of Mount Rushmore, and we're gonna hang all that stuff up. I love that you're using this tubing like we use in the time machine.
Oh yeah, it's perfect.
It's perfect air ducting. Mm-hmm. And I can't wait to see the rest of the video on this wheel because it looks like a torque nightmare.
It took a little while, but should be fine. I mean, I really like how they came out.
Look at the size of that.
Yeah, I think they're like 12 or 13 inches.
Man, how much are the tires for that thing?
A lot. I got
Like-
new Michelin PS4Ss, so they're expensive. They're
They gotta be over $1,000, right?
probably yeah, no, definitely. They're 345 30s or something like that.
Because on my rolls they were $923 a piece.
Oh yeah, well I mean they're
run flats though, but
no,
you know.
these aren't run flats, but they're still expensive. So
There you go. Look at that. You're gonna be doing that in Vegas. Bang.
there you go.
Cool. People are gonna like that. Now people are gonna be calling you, going, "Can I have a part? Would you sign it?"
I get that all
Don't
the
do
time,
that, yeah.
literally all the time. Hey, is there a part that you don't need?
Don't do that. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, this was my trip through Lamborghini land here with Tavarish, and he's coming to Vegas. I'll probably be there. I don't know for sure, but you can come see that car on display
Please do, yeah.
and see it in person. And make sure to subscribe to his channel and, of course, mine if you love this kind of content. We work on cars and we make them cool. So, or cool again. They
Yes.
were cool to start off with.
Then they became kind of uncool,
And then they become-
you got to make them really cool.
Yeah, this is just some great stuff. And gosh, and genuinely, it was really fun meeting you.
Yeah. Dude, this was
People
a
have
lot
been
of fun.
suggesting me on my channel for a long time. I should come see you. So
Come
here I am.
by anytime. You're welcome here.
But I didn't do any work. I just came and bothered you.
That's okay. I didn't do any work either.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.
Subscribe to Videobob because I know where you live, bitch.